Okay, I think we are streaming. I'm hoping that everything comes through correctly and that the audio is good. The topic we're going to base this stream on, or at least the way we are going to start, is by refactoring some code that has become very messy in the project, and hopefully we can kind of learn something from each other along the way, or if nobody shows up, I'm just gonna continue doing my work and it will end up as a video on the channel. Yeah, if there's anything wrong, if my picture-in-picture is obstructing some things, just let me know. And I think we'll just get started. I'm also not sure if my laptop is going to provide a very healthy stream, but we'll see. For instance, Godot is already seeming to crash on me now. Let's see if that recovers. And otherwise I'll just restart it, because this sometimes does seem to happen. So I don't know. I'm just gonna restart it. See if that will work. So let's go back to the desktop and find Godot. Really wondering if this is gonna work. Hey, I don't know if we are in sync, but I will just chat to you. I don't know if we are in sync when it comes to you watching and me speaking, because for me I think it's behind a little bit, the preview I have. Now there's this thing I wanted to do where I wanted to make this stuff into some sort of a abstracted class or something, and I was wondering if I can make multiple extends. So what I would like to do basically is just make a script here, but that doesn't seem to fly. So do I need to make an entire new scene? I got some chats. Try to tweak the microphone, it's a little noisy. Let me listen to that with a pair of headphones. Yeah. Hold on for a second, I need to untangle some wires. I'm half sitting on them, and as you can see, this is like my first stream ever because it's like a mess. So I should be able to get a monitor on my headphones. Oh, I see. It's like overloading like crazy. That should be better, but it also meant that it was overloading on the other thing. So let me see. Now this should be fine, but I'm just gonna lower the volume a little bit there. Oh yeah, this thing's broken a little bit. Let's just put that to 50. And then let's try to get this one back up a little. How's that? Is that better? Great. I don't know why I'm not getting any monitoring, because it's really soft. Okay. Back again. So basically I need to have some sort of an object that gets imported every time I need to do a post request. And I seem to not be able to just make a new script and just include that in any other script. I think what needs to happen is I need to make a separate scene, but then how do you import that scene? You just instantiate it or something, is what I'm guessing. It's kind of weird that you can't just make single scripts. But okay, so we'll create a new scene and we'll call that, do I already have something called network? No, I don't. Okay, so this is an empty screen, scene, sorry. Should I just save that now? No. Okay, it needs a tree root. So I'll just make a node on that, just nothing more than a node. Sounds great now, good. Create that and then attach, let me rename that. I can hardly see. Call it network. Call it network or HTTP? Let's call it HTTP. So now I want to save that scene as HTTP, yeah. And save that, okay. So while we're on it, attach a script to it, create. Now we have this, okay. And let me know in the chat if I'm going the wrong way about this, because I honestly really thought I could just create a new script and then just add that to any script I wanted that, you know. It's like including a module, but I don't know, it doesn't seem to work. Maybe we should just look for it real quick. GD script include module, not a custom module. Yep, okay. Here we go. Classes are stored as strings of resources. They must be loaded from disk. Accessing this is done using either the load or preload functions. See below. Instancing a loaded class resource is done by calling. So you are supposed to be able to create a new script just Why doesn't that work? I wonder if I was to just create one manually. Where is it again? Called games. So wait, there is a network. No, there is an HTTP script now, right? Yeah. Oh, so what if I just here in the lobby did unready? But why not? For HTTP. Yeah. My class. No, I'm not doing that correctly. Sorry, I'm like super tired. I'm not sure why I'm doing this right now, but I've literally been programming all day at work. No, it's called http.gd. Okay, so that should work. And then I have to preload it. Why do I have to preload it? Only once. I don't think I have to do that. No. Okay, so in that thing. Is that automatically a class? So if I said, now what do I want to do? I want to do a request, just a simple HTTP request like this. Right? And I want to store that into result. Let's just comment some stuff out before we lose stuff. Wait, what's the way to comment? Control K, okay. So I want to have a var result. Because, oh, here we go. So help in the chat. What do you exactly expect to do with this class? A generic node request for all get and post events? Yes. Yes. I call it http dot. Basically, I wanted to just do this. And then I know I should abstract my base API path, but it's an iterative process. At first I want to just make this work. So instead of it taking this server's request thing, I just wanted to return whatever this does, which is over here. So I don't even really want to have this on request completed, but I probably have to wait for the result to be completed. I don't know if this is a blocking thing or not, but we'll find out. So then here, that's where we actually need to... Why am I here all of a sudden? Was I here? Yes. So we take this bit and put that in there. Okay. So then obviously we need to pass it in a URL. URL, and then replace this with URL. And this can just go. And this should not be in ready, but this should be a method called get. Okay, go away. When calling request functions, it returns an int. But how do you get it to request or to return the JSON that is coming from the API? Because if I was to load this from here, you can compare this int with the returned in the request completed signal to know if the result is the one you asked for. Okay. That the one you can shape. That one you can shape. Ah, okay, so right. No problem. I think I sort of get what you mean. So then the question becomes, how do I call this? How do I, yeah, okay. Why is this not open anymore? So wait, okay. You're saying that this returns a integer, yet this returns the JSON body, because this gets called whenever this is completed. But whoa. What you probably want is HTTP as a singleton. Okay, let's see that. Autoload. Oh, first of all, create a global GD script. That way it's easy to create a resource from scratch. So, inspector. So I've been trying to say something for the past 10 minutes, but you would think I'm trying to link it to something so I can't say it. Just malform the URL or something like I don't know, like HYYP. Does that work? You don't have to make a overload, you can just make the HTTP node extend from the text edit class. You don't have to make it. Okay, so you're saying I can just do like this, and then there was a trick for that, right? Like you have to, do you have to just do like http.rb? That would make sense in most languages. Got it. Okay. So that's good. That means that, okay, so that means that part should work, this right here. But so the question is, when this runs, so in the HTTP thing, there should be also a main method to handle requests, right? When it's done. So how do I get this thing to wait for it to be done? Does the documentation have anything to say about that? You need the whole path. Okay, so that's what I said, like you had to do something strange to do it. Like it's something like res this, right? I think Godot should use Ruby. I mean, I'm finding a lot of things very strangely implemented in this GD script language. Okay, I'm getting like now super confused. So, I am working here. I should not look at this. don't I need to instantiate this class, or those are just class methods now or something? Because that doesn't seem like it would be a class method. It seems like it would be an instance method. I can drag and drop the file. Okay, that's what I love about Godot. They're like crazy. I can drag and drop the file. That didn't turn out so well, and it's also the exact same thing I typed. Does it like me when I do that like so? It's the same thing. Extends already used for this class. Okay. It doesn't like that. How hard can it be? Like, it just wants you to use preload. So I just define constant HTTP equals preload. I hate this editor so much. Okay, it likes that. Then use preload. I want to make a new object. Basically, I want to include this module in multiple classes, and I don't think text edit should inherit from HTTP, you know, like that doesn't seem to make sense. I want to like dynamically add this functionality to this particular class. If you call this a class, I don't see any indication that this is a class. It just looks like a file, but in any case. So now we have this, okay, but still the main question remains, like, normally I would just expect this to be blocking and return me well, JSON in this case when it's ready, because that's what I'm requesting. I'm requesting a JSON hash of stuff. Next preload will create a script resource, not an object instance. Okay. Does that matter? It's like, how wrong will this go if I run this, basically? It's a very easy way to find out. Yeah, obviously he doesn't have shit, I can remember that, and I probably just deleted it too, right? I did. Where did I ever set up HTTP? That's not fair. Oh, because I made it get node. Okay, blah blah blah. How do I get to my normal scene? If I go to the lobby. If I just open the scene, wow, yeah. Where's my lobby scene? there was more. Open, you bastard. No. Oh, I'm not opening the scene. Here we go. So there was this. That's still completely broken. What about this one? That was attached to button, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay. HTTP request, okay. So, does it like it if I just do... but I'm afraid you are getting how it works wrong. I wish there would be a better way to explain it than text. I mean, there probably is. Yet I don't know of any right now. So if there's anything you can explain by text, then that will be amazingly awesome, because I am getting this very wrong. I thought this would be a lot easier, to be honest. I had some idea in mind of like, this is how I think it would work. In it shouldn't be that it shouldn't be that difficult, right? Like you make a module or a class or whatever to handle your, to abstract your HTTP calls in, and then you include it in your script, and then you instantiate it and you start using methods from it. To make an instance, you have to call new. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. And it is .new. Okay, so next preload. In the first place, you has not an HTTP. That's a good point. Now that's a very good point. So we'll deal with that later. First, let's add. I want to go to this scene. Yes. So we need to add an HTTP node, and I can type request. That's the one. So we need that. That's true. And then we need a way to access that. So is ready an underscore function? Possibly. So then we get HTTP is get node. I know about the $sign notation. I don't like it. I think it's nice and clean, but it's not what do you call it? Readable for later. You could make the scene rook an HTTP request node. The scene root. You can make the scene root an HTTP node. Okay. That seems to be less ambiguous, so let's try that. I thought everything had to have a root node. Like, it's so crazy because there's so little like real tutorials on there. So then I don't even have to do this because I can just call self, right? I would like to keep calling this HTTP. Is that fine with you? Yeah. Root instead of having a child, yes. So now get the self-request URL, and then let me guess, this thing has, yeah, okay, here we go. And we add that to itself, right? And that didn't work. Why not? What am I doing? Why is it red? Can't attach it to yourself? Target method not found. Specify a valid method or attach a scripted target node. Okay, stupid. So now we are there. What are you saying? Now you have two problems. First, the script is not assigned. Okay, yeah. I think we just got past that, right? It'll go a lot faster once we are over these first hurdles. So now HTTP has its first method, get, and it does self-request URL, and then it will pass it on into this method. And I hate people who do this. So then in server listing, we can now do I think we still have to somehow instantiate the scene, right? I might be wrong. Okay, so what? And second, the script extends node instead of HTTP request. Why would it do that? Great. So this where are we? I don't need to be here. I need to be here. And so we are just calling that now. You have to have auto completion. Ah, okay. Oh, we're still running. That comes later. I just want to see this working now without error. I just want to know if I instantiated this thing correctly now, or if I need to load the scene. Okay, I'll just run it and then see. How is that even working? That doesn't make any sense. That's on button press, yes. So the server listing is in fact the one filling out the IP addresses. Oh no, it's right on. That would take actually a lot longer. And it shouldn't do anything now. Yeah. Can't access self without an instance self. Why not? Right, because it doesn't have an instance. Okay, that makes sense. So here in ready, or actually here, okay, That's a function. Are you saying anything more? Dot instance. Yeah, I knew I needed to get the scene. TCSN dot instance. There you go. But okay, hold on. Preload res http.tsn.instance. Okay, so we're doing now, but it hates me because it's not in the right spot, right? No, there. This line instances the scene, but is still outside of the tree. On ready, have to call add node http. Sure, but why did it go red then here? Expected constant expression. Far. You're very good at this. Why are you watching me? Now I think we're getting it. So, okay, we have the instance. I'm gonna just go refer to you. And then on ready you have to call add node http. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. We'll just do that here. And then from then on we can probably just call HTTP, because now it's a node in the tree. But we say that, but it's a node in the why does this not? Because it's a node in here, right? So I probably still have to get it. Add child, not add node. Yes, okay. And then I'm betting I still have to do like get node HTTP, but I could be wrong. And then it shouldn't do anything in 10 seconds, especially not crash. It does crash, cool. Attempted to call function get in base null instance at a null instance, so it doesn't have the node. Let me just root lobby. It didn't add the node. Yeah, I know the get function will return nothing yet, but I just want it not to crash. It doesn't return anything. Don't you need self to add child? I mean, technically you shouldn't, right? Because we are already in... Yeah, maybe. Not here, sorry. I mean, if that was true, it's like kind of an inconsistency, I think. Still doesn't seem to be added. See, the thing is, it could also be because of the... Could it be because of the timer timeout? Like, no, because it takes 10 seconds, so it should be added by then. Why is that node not added? Where else did I add nodes? Like, I did that before, right? Like, here. I haven't added a node for a while, so... I just do load. I just do load that scene, and then what? Instance is my server instance. Then I do a call deferred. I'm gonna try that because I remembered that there was something about that that made things work, like here. So first of all, let me just do a normal load. I'm just gonna bring it back to something I understand. Here we do HTTP in small letters is HTTP dot instance, and then okay, I'm gonna read it real soon. I'm probably doing this one too, so actually just call that instance for now. And then I'm gonna read how you guys have probably solved it already. Alright, let me see. Sorry, I was out. You have an error in the debugger. Check the message just in case. Try maybe printing all the nodes available before getting it. Okay, so what I'm trying to do to debug this is okay. Yeah, of course. For instance, okay. Yeah, I know. I'm just looking in the remote here, so it should show up, right, if it's added. Also, should be call deferred at your instance get node. What script am I in? I'm on panel container. Oh, so it should be in there. There it is. So then I get the server listing and then I drop down to that node. It shouldn't be there, but at least I can check. See ya. Okay, that's driving me nuts. Also, did I just remember it was called completely different? Let's run that again. Remote. Yeah, it's called HTTP request, okay. Get embed, call function get embed, no instance. Instance. Maybe that's actually making it take too long. This will either teach me a lot about Godot or make me completely give up. Yeah, it keeps being a null instance. And yet it is present. In server listing? Why would it be in server listing? Oh. But no, my script currently, where is it? It's server listing, okay, but that doesn't seem to have a script at all. Oh wait, I can see that here. Yeah, that has a script. So this does make sense, get parent, get node. Hello from Argentina. Hello from Paris. And Mariano is from Argentina too. I've never been to Argentina, but I met a lot of cool Argentinian people. I mean, this should be easy, like... First of all, I should not be getting the parent, because I already... The script is already on the server listing thing, and it's underneath there, so get node should be fine, right? Or do I need to use some get child function or something? Yeah, I see. And then it shouldn't return anything because we are not handling the request yet. I think this is good. This looks good. Okay, it's not crashing anymore. That's good. Now, right here, can we just grab this here? Yes, we can. And then we'll see how we abstract that more, because I'm sure that just dropping it in won't be good enough, because actually it might work. Let's see. I mean, then it's still only working for this one thing, but identify not found text. Of course. Yeah, that's what I figured. So should I somehow pass in a reference to the parent object that calls the HTTP so that I can, like for instance, if I was to, where am I making this? Here. So I'm doing this get, and then if I pass in self as a parameter, right? Then here in the get request, I could have the, I don't know, the reference, and then I need to somehow pass that into here as well. So I suppose I could do a global. Is it nil or null? I can never remember. No. And then first of all we retain the reference. That's gonna clash, isn't it? We'll just call it ref for now. And then that should technically work, right? Okay. This won't work. You will return none. The function doesn't know of your scene while you're instancing it. What you need is the get function to return the JSON. Yes. This also worked, by the way, but I think your method is going to be a little bit more flexible. So to do this, you have to wait inside the wait function until the request finishes. This is not blocking, like because you're basically saying like, oh yeah, just return JSON.result, right? Take this, go back to server listing, and then when it makes the thing here, you just print it here, but we'll have to wait for so we could say something like, yes, you're saying this, result equals that, and then if we say that like result is empty somehow, yield self request completed. But I don't know how to get the last response body. Let's just see if that works. Yield. What did you say? So. Because I can do this with a while loop as well, probably. Yeah? It might not be completely sane to do that, but and then okay, so for result in results, result. What did I pass back again? JSON.result. I keep doing that. This editor freaks me out. So JSON.result was already back, so that should just be servers. No, that just results. No, that makes no sense. Wait. For now, I'm going to pass all this back. I'm just going to make it one work for one type, and then we'll deal. And then for resulting results, blah blah blah, reference. Okay, this just becomes that again, and this becomes result. The yield was meant in the get function. I'm always so confused about yield. Not at all here, but here. It did wait. Can't iterate on object of type nil. Are you saying that results is nil now? Oh, and in the get function you said, so that was totally placed wrong as well. Okay. You're saying here, but then yeah, how to get back? Then I would have to somehow do this. Is this not easier to do with a while loop? So it waits till you finished requesting, then you can return the JSON. Otherwise you are not returning anything. Okay, so get will eventually return my results. I get you. So results here is null, and then here results equals JSON.servers. Does that have to return or not? No, it just has to set, right? And then yield waits and returns results. Okay. It did not like that at all. Because we don't do this anymore. Error connecting a request on request complete during yield. So I think we actually have to yield this whole thing. Not entirely sure with or without the beginning underscore. No, I know I shouldn't just return the servers, but I'm making every step iteratively, so we're going to abstract that later. Like when there's users involved, we're going to have to find a way to retrieve from the request here, the GET request, what kind of resource we are talking about. I hate this yield statement because I don't understand it. I've never understood yield. I use it in Ruby quite a lot to yield like blocks. But to be honest with you, I've never quite like fully understood its function. And it doesn't seem to really like me. When you said it just had to be like this. The name of the function is argument. Shouldn't use the name of the function as the argument. If you can't use it, then you could create and emit a custom signal. Now that sounds like a good idea. Can I not just find some documentation on this? Oh no, it doesn't really like that. If you can't use request completed. Because it is these signals that you're talking about, right? Like these are the signals that exists on HTTP request on self. Okay, wait. Those that get return an object. You're right about that. So you're right about that. It does return a type of object and it can't iterate on that over here in 18 for result in results. So results is an object now. Why? And if so, how can I inspect that object? That's something I have with Godot a little bit. Like, I'm not entirely sure how to inspect objects properly, so that I can get like a more insight on what's inside of them. And that would be really nice. GDScript function state. Yeah, that's not really very useful. So I wonder if like, and this might just be like very dirty or something, but I can't type anymore either. Fucking hell. Okay, we're there. Can I just do this? Like if we're gonna wait for results, then yes, okay, so it becomes nil. That's even more useless. Okay, so you come up with a new idea. Print results, let's see what it is. I think it's a dictionary. Now, I was like, oh yeah, it's because of yield. You have to call results resume until it returns something different. Okay, but so we have your how do I check for that? Oh, it won't work that way either. I'm gonna read about yield. I misspelled the signal. Request completed. Yeah. Well, that's programming. But no, we still end up with an object, and I printed the result still, and it is a GD script function state. I have no clue. Yeah, so that's what you call resume. Probably, and then the signal is completed? No. Oh wait, so is valid, there's a check, okay, so don't put any example in there or anything. Nobody needs it. You just go resume results before iterate. Okay. Before return or before iterate? Like, so are you talking here? Just call results. stays the same. It makes so little sense. That's what they're saying, right? This would make sense to me, but because invalid and index is valid. Did you mean is valid? Did I? Yeah. Maybe I did. It just remains an object in GD script function state. Can I somehow send a signal out or something? So like, not even really doing this. Or this. You know, the other method did seem to work, you know, like if I was to just pass in self, which I'm still doing, as a ref, and then I had like reference, okay. And what else did I do here? I just set reference equals ref. And self request on request completed. The request is completed, so I don't know why I would have to do anything else but to make my results. Define it as a null, and then just after the request, just return my results. Actually, not there, but just here. And I don't even have to do this. I'm a little worried that this function won't really have anything to do with returning to what I'm requesting, but which it probably won't. You could write on last time or timeout on ready not to wait. Yeah, no. I was thinking about that. Yeah, so now we have nil. Let me just set it to like 1 second or something. It's gonna make like a lot of requests, but you know what I could do is just like, okay, a function. If I just had like a list servers, right? Results. Do I need this still? I don't know. server IP, right? And then here I could just do reference dot list servers, and that's, yes, that's still making it for just one case, you know, but technically that should work. Identify not found servers, of course, because it's results. Non-existent function list server. Did I call it list servers? I did. Okay, so that's working. And then basically I could abstract that by do something like, okay, every method will get, instead of list service, it will get its like handle results or something. And then this will just call handle results. Seems fine. Not just that, it is also the same than before, just calling request and then connecting the request completed signal. Yeah, I mean, I guess so, but yeah. So now technically there is also this one. Like we had server listing, that just now loads this. Right. And server listing now just does these two things. Line edit. Doesn't have to do all this anymore. Oh, it does need to specify the endpoint though now. So oops. Where did I do that? Here. I don't have to do this, but I do have to, let's just leave that there for a second. Okay, I'm driving myself nuts. Where am I making the GET request now? GET. Reference dot handle request JSON result. Okay, I'm gonna do that. I'm completely lost of where I make my GET request at the moment. Did I accidentally like? I did. No, this is impossible. had to do this. This makes sense. I just didn't need to do this. For some reason, a lot of stuff got deleted. Okay, so this can go. But now I'm in line edit and I should be in server listing. Or no, I'm in server listing, but I should be in line edit. That should take care of that. I mean, it needs to go in the root node, but for now, I want to remove all of this, and the same here. Put that in here. Can't remember if I, yeah. I misspelled results. I'm so good at this. Results, okay, right. And that method should go in here as well. It should do something different, but I deleted what it should do. Okay, what did you say again? Like, so, handle results, reference handle results, JSON result, JSON.result, JSON.results.keys, and then a lot of it is cut off, I think. Yes. So you're saying that this should just magically give me back what I need. Okay, let's see why that isn't accepting it. It is, okay. Top. Interesting. Okay. So then we just need to have line edit here, do set its text. And for now we'll just drop in whatever is there. Yeah. Oh, I didn't do it. No. Fix that, please. I wrote retest in one file and results in the other, an extra S. Oh, that had to be like this? Yeah. Did you mean keys or object keys? That shouldn't be like that, should it? Definitely not. Non-existent. Let me just see what this used to do. Self text equals. Okay. Can I go back? Yeah. So, but for now we should just also just print out really quickly what server is, because it's not that. It should be IP server.ip. And what was the mistake? With value type of dictionary, okay, yeah. That's better, and it's working. That's cool. Well, thanks, man. Then, of course, we have post requests too. What time is it? 12. Is it that late or whatever? I'm gonna quit this stream for now, and I'm gonna do this like way more often, because this works really well with extra help. And hopefully, like, next time it's gonna like go a lot smoother and shit, because I don't know, I was really tired from programming all day, and also I need to just like maybe try some things out before I start this or something. I don't know, like in the end it went well. I'm really grateful, Mariano, for your help, because I really need to refactor this. Like, if you just have a look at this file, you would just scream your hair out. But I'm actually re-implementing all of this in GD native in C++, so this is going to go anyway. But we're going to take a look at that next time. I need to go have some sleep, you know. So, what are you saying? I did a way to add a server, but it's registered since then, so there is no way to remove the server when the game ends. Are you like, when you talk a server, are you talking about a network server? Because there should be a quit game. Oh yeah, okay. I mean, if you're talking about the network server to play multiplayer, like I didn't get to that part yet. Like it took me like days to get networking up and running. I really didn't get it. There's like no documentation of it, and all the forum posts refer to Godot 2.2, so you have to convert all the code as well. So if that's what you were talking about, then yeah, we'll work on that for sure. But in my game there's also an ability to make a server, like you do that with the build command, you know. So it's also a game entity, so I was a bit confused. The IP, it's in the DB since last time. Yeah, okay, yeah. So that's what you mean, yeah. So what I'm doing is for that, when you quit the server, it obviously is going to make a post request to Heroku to destroy it from the database. There will also be a background process running that, like, every minute or so pings the servers to see if they're still alive, and if not, they remove them from the list. So there's going to be like 2 ways to remove a server. Yeah. But yeah, okay, I'm gonna like hang up for now. I'll probably try again tomorrow, and so I'm making like a sort of a move soon as well. So I will be. That's why I've been kind of slow lately, because there's like all my boxes and stuff there. But it'll pick up again, and so. In any case, like, really thank you for coming and helping, because it was really useful, and I hope to see you later. And yeah, that's it. Have a good evening, or if you're in Argentina, morning. Bye.